This year has felt like walking straight through what Psalm 23 calls the valley of the shadow of death. Not metaphorically, not poetically, but in the raw lived sense, where you can feel the darkness pressing in, where the path narrows and where every step asks more of you than the one before. 2025 has been a shadow season, politically, personally, professionally, spiritually. I've lost family members, elders, anchors, people who loved me into being. I watched government slash, ban, and dismantle the very work that shapes my purpose. I've carried grief, uncertainty, financial pressure, industry backlash, and the suffocating silence of isolation. And somewhere in the middle of the chaos, I started making the same mistake over and over that millions of people make every day. I began confusing circumstance for character. When you're walking through the valley long enough, it's easy to believe that the valley is you. But friends, bless their mirrors, said the quiet truth out loud. You're not struggling because of you, Kazike. You're struggling because the entire landscape shifted underneath you. That's when I realized and continue to ponder that this valley, it's not personal, it's structural, environmental. The valley was carved around me. And I'm walking through it not as punishment, but as a passage. Just like the verse says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. The promise is not that the valley won't come. The promise is that you keep walking. People think the valley is proof you're failing. But the truth is simpler and far more brutal. You can be talented, faithful, consistent, intentional, and still struggle because the world around you is fucking crashing. This year alone, the valley has been shaped by the federal government attacking DEI, states dismantling civil rights protections, mass layoffs. Can we talk about the 300,000 plus black women laid off? Political extremism, institution freezing budgets, entire industries retreating from values they promised to uphold. None of this was individual. None of this was personal. None of this was about competence. But when you're tired and stretched thin, the valley starts whispering in your head, maybe I'm slipping. Maybe I'm not wanted. Maybe I'm not relevant. Maybe this is proof I'm failing. Those thoughts belong in the valley's echo, not the truth. And here's the part that most people never understand. Valleys distort vision. Isolation distorts identity. The shadow distorts memory. That's why people who walk through the valley need mirrors, friends, mentors, truth tellers who can interrupt the echo and restore the narrative. If the valley isn't your fault, then what is it? The curriculum? The terrain where the shadow self teaches what the light was too loud to hear? The valley can teach you discernment, resilience, clarity, boundaries. What truly matters, what work is yours and what work is not. How to pivot, reset, retool. How to let go of false narratives, lies. How to walk without pretending. And there's a saying I keep returning to. Heard it from my uncles. If you're not earning, you should be learning. Not in a capitalist grind, harder way, but in a spiritual way. If you're in the dark, listen. If you're slowed down, observe. If you're stripped bare, recalibrate. If you're uncertain, deepen. Here's the unexpected wisdom of Psalm 23. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. The valley doesn't disappear, the fear doesn't disappear, the shadows don't disappear. What disappears is the illusion that you're walking alone. Here's what the valley has taught me, what it is teaching me today. You are not behind, you're not failing, you're not invisible, you're being prepared, not punished. You're being positioned, not sidelined. You're being strengthened, not shattered. And you are not walking alone. Even when it feels like it, even when the world goes quiet, even when systems collapse, even when grief sits heavy on your heart, even when the work dries up, even when clarity seems to disappear, you are accompanied by the ancestors, your community, your calling, your inner truth, and the shadow self that refuses to let you lose yourself. Psalm 23 doesn't say, I will walk around the valley. It says, I will walk through it. And you are, slowly, faithfully, courageously, breath by breath. You are not in the valley because you are failing. You're in the valley because something on the other side needs the person you're becoming right now. If religious language doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Different cultures have different names for the same human experience. Shadow, wintering, descent, contraction. Take whatever metaphor serves you. Leave whatever doesn't. The wisdom is universal. And here is the uplift that carries me forward. You can find this at Isaiah chapter 40, 31, verse 31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. And they shall walk and not faint. Even beyond faith, the truth stands. Strength returns, clarity returns, momentum returns, and eventually you rise.